Sports ride right there.
You know what? It works for now.
Reminds me of a little kid building a car out of some cardboard boxes when you're in your garage with like a plane or whatever. So there was some controversy. Was it yesterday, day before? What was the it was one of your fellow drivers who's an actual NASCAR driver, right? Dropped an N-bomb during the broadcast of the iRace that you were racing at that moment, right?
Yeah, not great. It's definitely that was a wild moment. It wasn't really even an official race. It was just like it was supposed to be for fun, but a lot of people were streaming it because there was a lot of NASCAR drivers, there was IndyCar drivers, sports car drivers. There was like 60 drivers all doing this race. And there's a way to talk to just your friends, and then there's a way to broadcast to the whole game, to everyone in there. And Kyle made the mistake of broadcasting to everyone and saying, "Well, the worst thing you could possibly say." So it was not it was not a good move. And I was streaming it, and a bunch of other drivers were streaming it like live. And it was one of those things where I had no idea I was just like, I can't believe this happened. So that was a wild Sunday to be a part of in the virtual racing community.
Can I just chime in for a second as the resident host that does look like a skinhead right now? I think the mistake is not broadcasting it; it's having the thought in the first place.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I think.
Well, to be fair, now that they can drink and drive, they're at home. So
I think just the idea of like. He's like, oh, I thought I was just on private chat with my friends. I wouldn't have thrown the N-word around in public. Like he just, that's what he says because that's what he thinks.
I'm not
makes
that
him
reckless.
an asshole.
now we know what he's been screaming inside the race car all this time.
Yeah.
Conor,
Really
did he
scary.
say it like colloquially or conversationally, or did he use it as like angry towards black people?
Not good in any way. It was, you heard all the syllables and all the letters.
Oh, wow.
It was not good. Yeah.
Also, Ben, we're not as smart as you. What the hell did that question just mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bad in any scenario, but what I'm saying is, if he said it like to his friend and called it to his friend to be silly, that wouldn't be as bad as if he was saying it as with hatred towards African Americans.
As a panel of all white people, maybe we shouldn't decide what's good and bad.
No, Steve.
One
I
way
think
to
the
look
best
at
way to use the N-word. I mean, you're right. No, Steve, you're right. Actually,
Yeah, the idea, like, let's stop white-splaining for a second, but also, like, the idea, the only way you could even be like, all right, that's bad, but not as bad, is if he was just singing along with Snoop. Like, if that, and then, like, he didn't quite like, okay, maybe. But if he just said it, there's no context unless he was like, here's a word that I don't like that people sometimes say. Like, that's the only context that it would have been
Steve's
somewhat okay for him to say it.
Since Steve criticized my question, I'm going to criticize your response right back. Your analogy that maybe it's sort of okay if singing along with Snoop, that's kind of like saying Snoop is black, so maybe it's kind of okay to go out in blackface. And I disagree, Steve.
No, that is not what I was saying at all.
Okay. I think we need to stop this conversation because I think we're going to get into trouble here. So how about we just stop?
Can I just say that I'm still trying to figure out if in the context, Ben using the word colloquially is offensive. Sounds bullshit right there. I'm like, really uncomfortable.
I would like to point out the miniature stroke that Moote just had while trying to repeat the word colloquially.
Colloquially. Broadcaster, colloquially.
Brian, you can't hit the hard Q. It's offensive.
Say the Q. Brian cannot say the Q.
Why is it that this is the story that we're leading the show where I shave my head? Why? In my life, we've never talked about anything like this before. Once in my life, I shave my head. You're like, oh, you know what we need to discuss?
Well, this is the universe against you, Steve, because you got a haircut at the same time we had Conor on. He had to be other yesterday. So, Conor, here's my question for you, Conor. Were you more shocked by when he said that, or when you've seen a guy hit a wall in real life? What's more shocking in racing?
Well, I certainly don't expect people to say that in general. I feel like we've all understood that that's not good. That's just, you don't do that. But I think, yeah, it was very surprising. Not good for racing, not good for anything, but hitting the wall is also very surprising, but in a more physically painful way. And I have done that before. So that's tough.
Yeah, I love the idea of like, which is worse, hitting a wall in real life or hitting a wall in your career? 'Cause that is what that guy just did. That guy just Dale Earnhardted through language. That is what happened.
Illy offensive, Steve.
I'm trying to offend. Here's what I was trying to do. We already offended all the black people. I was like, let me try to offend all the white people too. Who can I make fun of to offend all the white people? I know, number 3. That's who I can make fun of.
Well, it's time for today's game. Today's hashtag game is racial epithet themed. We're very excited. 24 hours clear. No, it's not.
Please stop tweeting. Please stop tweeting.
Oh, it's been a good run, you guys. It's been a great show for these 3 weeks. Okay, today's hashtag game, in all seriousness, in honor of Conor, is a car-related, an automobile-related hashtag. We would like all of you during this game to enter your answers to quarantine a car. Quarantine life version of a car. An example could be something like, Infinity Q, stay away from me, please. You know, like
no, you know what? I mean, but if you want to do that one or like a good one, you know, whichever kind you want to do.
Sure. So do you have one, Steve? Do you have a good one to give as an example?
Oh, yeah. What about Toyota Corona?
I think mine's a little more creative. Yours is a little more creative. Cool. That's cool. You're a man who focuses mostly on the design of eggs around the Easter time.
I am the father of all eggs.
Indeed. So please enter in the comments, whatever platform you're watching on. We'll read some of our favorites. If you would like to be eligible for the prize, it is a $5 or more super chat or Venmo or PayPal. The PayPal is in the PayPal's at laughfromhome.com. Venmo's in the upper right of the screen right now. And our super chat, of course, is in the YouTube comments. You can do stars on Facebook. $5 or more, you get to enter. Our video audience joining us as well gets to enter if you would like. Also, side note, if you want to be joining us in our video audience in the future, you can get tickets to that at laughfromhome.com as well. But the prize for our hashtag contest or our daily game is one copy of all of our hosts' comedy albums. That is 12 albums. Not that many of those are mine, but it's cool. You know, I really deliver the quality. And so you can please enter. And then also for the next 24 hours from now until this, please put all your entries also on Twitter with the 2 hashtags, hashtag quarantine car and hashtag SDSC game, of course, for social distancing, social club. And we'll announce our favorite from the internet tomorrow on the show as well. So there's 2 ways to win.
And let me read a couple of Venmos that we've already got coming in. Brianna Calkins throws in $5. Says, currently out of a job, so I apologize. It's not much. I appreciate you guys for taking the time to do this. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you, Brianna. And thanks for doing that, you know, even when you're out of work. We really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Ricky Banning throws in $4.99 and says, I'm just here to see if the hot dog and the Ed make a cameo. Actually wrote make a camel, but I assume it's cameo. If the hot dog and the egg get together, that does make a camel. So
the hot dog lives on Cameo, by the way. You can get a Cameo video from the hot dog for $2. So just get a Cameo. And
yeah, the hot dog. Oh my God, we should totally have the hot dog on Cameo. Oh, we didn't even say we made the shirts.
Oh
yeah, we made the shirts. You can get them at laughfromhome.com. We made Isolation Nation shirts with the hot dog in the hat and the camisole or whatever the fuck it was wearing. So we appreciate those of you. A lot of people have bought them already, which is awesome. And then Miguel Trevino sent in $10 and said, I love you, Steve. Here's $10. Please put the hat back on. Any hat, ask Bowers for one. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But also, I don't want to borrow a sequined hat. So I'm just going to.
That is fair. That is fair. But also, I don't disagree. And thank you, Steve, for putting that on right there. Because as you were pitching the shirts, I was wondering, like, are people wondering, like, what kind of shirts? Are you also selling hoods? So it's really nice. Now, I think that's excellent. If you're sitting at home wondering, I love that you guys have hot dog themed Isolation Nation t-shirts available, but I'm more of a tank top guy. We got you covered. Don't worry about that. We also have tank tops.
Yeah,
So
and we even have baby onesies.
We do indeed. We do indeed. So it's a real dream come true for nobody involved.
I'm gonna actually get one of the baby onesies and then put it on top of my head because it will still look better than what the fuck I did to myself. So
it's not great. You might want to go like audio only for a while, or just have your backgrounds be just all we see. You know, it's cool.
You know, look, I can't date for a while. Why the fuck
and
not?
We're back.
Just make it easier. You know,
Steve,
that's
you're
fine.
a broadcaster that broadcasts to people by the thousands every day. I don't know if you forgot that. You're not quarantined through your phone.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes people have a look that gets laughs, and I wanted to give that a shot. You know what? Maybe people enjoy the soldier look or the Michael Stipe. You know, maybe people, you know, just believe that you don't need hair to make your face look good. Maybe
I've always thought that Higher Learning was one of the funniest movies, so you're nailing that one.
Yes. Get ready for Steve Hofstetter's next video that will be blowing up the internet. Comedian curb stomps heckler.
At the very least, comedian destroys hair for sure. Do we have any super chats, Rachel? We got any super chats coming in?
We do. Hold on. My video.
I just saw Ron Gould. Ron Gould just threw in $5 and said, "Anyone make a Steve looks like Michael Rappaport in Higher Learning joke yet?"
Nailed it.
Just did.
Wait,
Nicely done.
I'd like to read Rachel's. Has instead of her, she has a hanging tortilla that says Queen Tortilla. Oh my God!
Really upset that I missed Sunday. I heard it was a lot of fun. So
Queen Tortilla is pretty incredible. I love this very much.
That's awesome. So can I read the super chats? Is Queen Tortilla?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we've got David Adler from Facebook gave 360 stars and said, "This is for a wig or rapid acting Rogaine for Steve."
Nice.
They have rapid acting.
I'm actually going to try chia seeds. If that
chia seeds.
That or just make love to an Armenian. I don't know if that would work, but it might.
I'm really glad that we're keeping with the racism theme, Ben. That's a positive.
Look, they're a hairy
Jesus
people.
Christ,
I'm not saying
man.
that's a positive or a negative. I mean, they tend to be a hairy people.
More colloquialism from Ben Gleib. That's great.
You really
Sure.
upped the pronunciation of that word right there. Well done.
I'll never be able to do it.
What else we got? Tortilla?
We've got Nathaniel Crawford, $5. Steve Hofstetter. Honestly, my first reaction to your haircut was, "Wow, they got Michael Stipe to appear."
See, people like the Michael Stipe. Or don't it, but either way, they say that is who I look like right now. You know what? I'm a less angry Bill Burr. That's what's going on.
Yes.
Wow.
What you should do right now, Steve? Steve, try to just for a second, take off your glasses and move your mouth, and I'll do the Bill Burr voice while you are Bill Burr.
All right.
Oh, I don't understand. I keep cutting my hair during the quarantine. This is ridiculous. People keep telling me that I'm supposed to go and do this Zoom shows. Fuck these Zoom shows. I don't want to do your fucking internet streaming bullshit. I'll tell you what, I'm over it. I'm over this bullshit. I can't give a shit. I just want to do 80 podcasts of Bert Kreischer. That's all I want to do. Enjoy puppeteering Steve Hofstetter so much.
Shit. Oh my God. I was like really trying to follow what you were going to say next so I could move my mouth with it.
I'm so glad you didn't drop any Rachel epithets while you're doing that, Ben, to make Steve look racist. That was you had him set up. You had him set up. We've been working for 4 weeks just to do this, and then you took your chance. You didn't take it. That's amazing.
And the word is epithets, not epitaphs, Bowers. But you can't wear nice jackets and no words at the same time, so I get that.
Colloquialism.
That's that thing they play at funerals for soldiers, right? Isn't that epitaph?
That is taps. Okay, you're falling farther away. And now let's check back in with a real cutie, Queen Tortilla.
Oh, Queen Tortilla is
QT,
falling.
you get it? QT.
Oh, nice. No, we did not get that.
QT, Queen Tortilla.
You're good at pickup lines, Ben.
We have Ron Gould.
She's a little
$5.
flat-chested, but it's cool. On this one whatsoever. Kind of a round figure, but I like her.
So we've got
she
Ron
swings.
Gould.
She's a swinger.
She's got a great ass.
Yeah.
Little bit of cellulite, but
Look at that.
You know what? But I gotta say, freckles, my kind of woman. So
We're about to do it hot doggy style with that tortilla from behind.
right, let's do some super chats and do a set.
Yes,
all right,
please.
Ron Gould, $5. I just got here. Has anyone made a Steve looks like Michael Rappaport and higher learning joke yet?
It again.
7 times, but we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Crawford, $2, and Rachel has entered the arena.
Nice.
We have Michael Smothers, $5. Thanks for this. I have a son with special needs, so humor is very appreciated. And Steve, I couldn't catch you in Minnesota. Matt, I couldn't catch you in Minnesota. Hopefully soon.
Well, that guy got on after the whole Make-A-Wish thing.
Yeah.
And that's ruined by Moote right there.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Just a couple more. So Carrie in our live audience gave $10 and said, from one person who shaved her head to another, if you go outside with no hat, do not forget sunscreen. Your hair protects your scalp, and now it's naked.
I
A
actually
better plan is just not to go outside ever.
I appreciate that, but also I put on sunblock on my head when I have hair, so I am used to having to do that. That was something that
in your house you do that. Like that's like when you're outside. You have sunscreen on in your house. That's
just in my house. As long as the lights are on, I got to wear sunblock. That's the rule. I actually I tell my Alexa to set the SPF to 8. That's important.
Any more, Rachel?
Yeah, just a couple more. Brandon Brock, $5. At least you can grow the hair back by the time you start touring again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This will grow back pretty quickly.
Yeah. And then Brandon Brock has a question for Connor. He said, Connor, what is your favorite track?
So honestly, I mean, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, it's my home track, and the Indy 500. I mean, it's the best event in the world. So it's hard to beat that one. But if you're talking, I got to race in Europe as well. And Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium is definitely one of my favorite tracks. But Indy takes the cake.
By the way, we have a couple more coming in. Most of them are insulting me, so I'll just read those. No, so we have Rick Graziano throws in $20, says I'm an essential worker. Thanks for the laughs, much needed, much appreciated. Rick, stay strong out there. Jan Johnson threw in $250 and said, just saying, as an older woman, I thought Steve was a handsome young man, but I saw him remove that hat and he looks exactly like my brother. I'm now horrified and must go shower. I'm just doing what I can to contribute to people's cleanliness during this time. So James Corbin throws in $10, says, can Steve perform miracles now that he's the guy from Powder? Sure can. We'll just need
Steve,
more than $10 to get me to perform a miracle.
Steve, but just close your silverware drawers if at all possible. You don't want to get stabbed accidentally.
Yeah, that's very, very important.
That's a deep cut on Powder right there, but a lot of forks and knives.
Yeah, that's good. That's good for all of our fans who are also fans of the classic movie Powder and know the plot.
Powderheads.
We really appreciate that.
Powderheads.
Sometimes I also wish I was the tortilla on this show, you know?
Yeah. All right, let's do a set.
All right. I am very excited to introduce to all of you a friend of mine. She is from Mississippi. She's a delight and a joy. She came to Los Angeles to light up the stages with her comedic talents. And she's been doing it. She's a very funny comedian, and you can hear her regularly on Sirius satellite radio as a recurring part of You Up with Nikki Glazer. Please welcome to the stage, Carlisle Forrester.
Oh, hi, everybody. Yeah, thanks for bringing the girl from Mississippi to your racial episode. That's great. Notice I'm just quietly in the corner. I have a Southern accent, so most of the stuff I say sounds racist. I got to be careful in these times, you know? Like, I'm really ready to get out of this thing, though, you guys. I'm ready to get back to work. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to do this. Whenever I'm not doing this, I do work in the service industry. And I don't know if there's anybody out there who's also broke that's in the service industry, but hey, I just like to take a survey at the beginning. You're all struggling like me. But whenever we do get back to this, y'all, I just want to do this. This next joke is like a lesson for people going to restaurants, which is the rest of you that are not in the service industry. Don't be the people, y'all, that walk in like 5 minutes before the restaurant closes, because you are at that point directly affecting a staff member's sex life. You are. Statistically are. Okay, like as a single woman in her 30s, sometimes my best selling point is that I'm available. You know, like don't tie up my time into the night. Like if you are this couple that likes to breeze in, I'm sorry, we just want to have one last nightcap if you're still open. If you see your server glaring at you in the corner while he's rolling silverware, it's because his girlfriend just texted him and said she's too tired, she's going to pass out and she'll blow him in the morning. Okay? I used to work at this restaurant where the most popular dessert was churros, and it took like 45 minutes to fry these fucking churros. And people would come in. I'd be like, do you know there's Taco Bell right down the street? You get your fucking churros, you know, and it's always the same couple. They're like, you know, we just live right down the street and we saw you were still open. It's like, great. You know who doesn't live right down the street? The entire staff that you see working here. You just made the fry cook miss the last bus to Fontana, okay? He's not going to get to put his kid to bed tonight. It's like his baby's starting to not recognize his face. But yeah, let's get your sweet tooth handled, you know? Oh, I hate it, but I miss it, but I hate it. It's weird because I work in the service industry. I also grew up in it. I'm from Mississippi, and our family business was a bar, and that is the shorthand way of saying that I'm white trash. Was just born into it, that and alcoholism. But it's funny, whenever your parents own a bar, like growing up, everything in our house had like beer and liquor labels on it. Like it's just what we had, like everywhere. And so one day, y'all, whenever they die, I'm not going to inherit millions of dollars. I'm going to inherit millions of Spuds McKenzie Mardi Gras beads, like boxes. All of our family heirlooms are plastic and say like Bud Light on the side. You know, it's just, this really affected me whenever it got time to go to school. And it was like, you know, you go school clothes shopping normally. Oh, not my parents. They're like, no, we got all this swag here. Let's just send her to kindergarten in this. And y'all, even in Mississippi, it's frowned upon whenever a kindergartner shows up in a black Jack Daniels t-shirt. It just is. Like, then in the South, that will raise an eyebrow. And like, you know, later in the older grades, whenever you can read, it's actually in the handbook. You know, you can't wear stuff to school that has liquor and beer stuff on it. You cannot advertise Smirnoff Ice in the 3rd grade. It is So I started to get sent to the principal's office all the time, y'all. This is a real thing. I would get sent and they would put like duct tape over the offensive words. That was their solution. So I would just be like sitting in the principal's office with the other ruffians and thugs of the middle school, just waiting. And they'd be like, "Hey, what'd you do, little white girl?" I'd be like, "I don't know. I wore something that says Jaeger, Mister." Why does Principal Hasselman get so mad when I wear it? No, but we still have these alcoholic relics in our house. It's so trashy. Like I go home and there's this huge glow in the dark light that we have that says Budweiser Light. And my dad's just like, "Yeah, that's going to be worth money one day." It's before they shortened it to Bud. Clydesdales on it. It's a big glowing thing. It's blinking. He's like, "Yeah, it's going to be worth $3,000 one day." I'm like, "All right, Dad, can we get working on that $3,000? Because I think that's a much better use than eating Christmas dinner by the glow of this thing, But that's just me. All right, that's it for me, guys. I've been Carlisle Forrester. Thank you for laughing.
Carlisle Forrester. Of course, the tip jar is open right now. If you enjoyed Carlisle's set, throw her a couple bucks. You can do that on the Super Chat on YouTube or the Venmo at the top right of our screen, or of course, you can do it through the PayPal at laughfromhome.com. And I also just want to make sure that that I feel a little more comfortable. It's not showing the whole thing, but damn it.
We know what it
recognize
is.
that picture.
We know.
Yeah.
That is bald Brittany.
I'll get a better one. I'll get a better one.
Also, Steve, what does it feel like getting recognized in the streets as one of the precogs from that? The
thing about it is that I can
Minority Report.
Yeah, I can actually.
Is it hard sleeping in a gel kind of substance?
Well, getting recognized in the street is fine because I can see it coming. So I can prepare beforehand.
I just put a piece of tape over the top of your head on my screen, so I can't see this abomination. I just.
That's actually Bowers. That's actually how I've been viewing you from the start of the show.
You just have tape on the sides where my jacket is, so you can't see it.
No. It just looks like a piece of tape with a jacket on.
Steve, just find a virtual background image of just like hair right above your head would be amazing.
Don't ruin my joke. That was my next joke.
Oh shit! Well, I'm sorry. I'm not a precog. You're the precog, Steve.
Yeah.
Hey, Rachel, do we got any tips coming in, Rachel, we got any tips coming in yet?
Yeah, we do. So we've got some comments. So we had Zachary Patrick Everson gave like 200 stars on Facebook. We have Jennifer B said, "Oh my God, we wore so many Marlboro t-shirts when I was a kid." Crashers, Rachel, tell her that she was amazing. We have Elizabeth Peters, great job, Carlisle.
Thank you. Now, how do the stars on Facebook work? Is that like tokens on Cam Girls, or what is that?
Bad news for you, Carlisle.
50. Whoa.
I've been trying to use these Facebook stars on Cam Girls this whole time. That doesn't work. That's not how this works.
We think stars are about a penny each. So that's the bad news. The good news is that I love now how the tortilla is floating as though it's Rachel's head above her torso. That's the great development. Dig that a lot.
I also enjoy that. Just as a heads up, I think that's great also. I just hold on.
Oh my God. That's an improvement, Steve. That's an improvement somehow. My Lord.
All right. I'll read off a couple generals or a couple of the other tips, and then hold on. Let me go back to my regular background. Okay, so we've got Elizabeth Marie Peters sent in $5 on the PayPal, much appreciated. And then we also have some Venmos coming in. So Savannah Martin threw in $10. It says Carlisle, a service industry homegirl. And then Courtney Clayton threw in $10. It says, "I'm so happy about your adorable new dog, Steve. If I wasn't so essential, I might have cried at work." And then it says essential LASWWE. I don't know if that means you're a wrestler in Las Vegas. But whatever it is. And then it says, I work at a car dealership, so I feel like I should have jokes, but I'm too tired. I hope when this shit is over, we can afford a Fiesta. Nice. Post quarantine Fiesta. And then we also have those are some game entries. And then Katrina Rosner threw in $20 and says, it's what I can do. Thank you for doing what you can do. Much appreciated. Although legally I can't do as much just because of how I look now. And then John Goodman throws in $2. Says, Carlisle, one day that glow in the dark heirloom will be yours. So
Carlisle, have you found that your parents, like since you moved to LA and you're doing these bigger things now, that they are trying to in any way glom on to your success? How have they been reacting? Has it changed them?
They don't realize that I'm successful because they don't know how to work YouTube and satellite radio. So mom's the word on that. Don't know yet. Don't tell them. A light Google search would explain a lot to them, but they're just not there yet, Ben. So
very nice. How did it go for you when you first? How long you been in LA, and how did it first go for you trying to adjust to the scene and get spots and all of it?
Well, I came to it later because whenever I came to LA the first time, I was just trying to be an actress. So I'm not new to LA, but I am new to comedy. And I found that comedy came a little easier than acting because, as a comic, like, you don't have to ask permission to go get up on stage. There's mics all over the city. The day you start miking and going and working out your shit, you're a comic. Whereas as an actor, you have to jump through all these hoops. They have to pick you. Then you have to get the chance to show what you can do. And so I've just really found that comedy is the road for me. I wish I would have found it sooner.
Well, Carlisle, I will say though, I mean, that's awesome, but also being able to go to like a walk-on open mic is the equivalent of like an actor starring in a web series that they made on their own YouTube that no one subscribes to.
Hey, quit shitting on people's dreams. Just because you have a fancy sitting room doesn't mean you can make fun of all the rest of us who go to our walk-on open mics or whatever you call them. Listen, some of us don't have 500,000 YouTube followers, and we have to fucking go find the 8 people to listen to us at a time. You know what? I'm tired of this.
Look, all right, would you prefer if I was in my cellar? Would that make it better?
That's why please throw Carlisle some tips because she's not Steve Hofstetter. Just keep that in mind.
If you could throw me some hairdressing tips, I would appreciate that. And by the way, Carlisle, my family also has a bar business, so
cool.
That's
you have nothing to inherit.
That is not true at all. I have nothing.
I have a feeling Steve just keeps Googling Bill Burr's house and then putting up the pictures of what it looks like. I think that's I have another question for Conor. Conor, so you talked about the Indy 500. Like, how cool is it to drive? I mean, for most people that don't know, I mean, I'm from Indianapolis. The Indy 500 has like 500,000 people go to it. It's like the largest outdoor thing ever. There's a concert with 30,000 people in it that aren't even there to see the race. They just go to see an EDM concert. It's insane. What's it like to drive an Indy 500? I mean, that's got to be, I mean, what are the nerves like the first time you do that?
Well, I mean, it's always what we look forward to most. It's our Super Bowl. It's still by a long way the single largest attended one-day sporting event in the world. And it's an honor to compete in it. I mean, for me, I'm the only driver from Indianapolis, who gets to, participate in the race every year. So it's really cool to be, in the race, call it my home race, my hometown, a lot of great support here. But yeah, I mean, it's insane seeing all the people. There's only the 33 drivers who start the race get to go around before the race and the pace laps and see what 400,000 people looks like. Sitting in all 4 corners in the infield, the snake pit. Obviously, you've been there, Bowers. You know how wild it is there. I don't know if you've ever remembered what that is like. But it does look cool from the outside.
That's a good point. I remember about 10 a.m. on race day, and I don't know if I remember much after that. But
now, Conor, I have a serious question for you. Just indulge me for a moment.
You look great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I just figured I'd style it as best I can. The hair doesn't move as much. But I just want to point out, did we notice yet that Rachel took a bite out of herself? We
Did not. I was hungry.
Point that out also.
Attention.
So, but no, so Connor, as a now I've spent a lot of time in Indianapolis. As a hometown guy, do you get to show the other drivers around? You'd be like, hey, this is the best restaurant in Indianapolis, Panera. And then you're like, this is the second best. It's a different Panera. And then you're like, and here's my favorite breakfast place. It is also a Panera. Like, do you get to do that as someone from Indy?
That's oddly offensive because I have a Panera gift card sitting in my car right now.
In your race car or your regular car?
No, not my race car, but the family knows that we need Panera. Obviously, it's a great Christmas gift. I appreciate that. We do have a lot of great restaurants here, though. Come on.
No, you do. But at the same time, Indianapolis has more chains of anywhere that I've ever seen. Like in Indianapolis,
per capita, it's actually the most chains per capita in the world. Yeah, that's us. Because if you can make it Indianapolis, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, that's the Sinatra song, right? Don't they? Isn't that what he says?
Yep. I'm just saying, if you can get our
Indianapolis was just tougher to fit in, so he changed it to New York. But the song, we all know the songs about Indianapolis.
I mean, if you're a chain restaurant,
I think Mississippi had more chains back in the day, but I think now.
Oh shit!
Pretty sure.
Locally,
I can laugh at that now that I have all this hair. I can laugh at that again. By the way, I just
really wasn't sure if I should make that joke, but at the same time, Jamie Kennedy's bone
this
broth.
This episode brought to you by Jamie Kennedy's bone broth. Everybody, they actually fired me as the spokesperson. They're worried that people are afraid of the side effects of it because.
Now you look like you need a bone marrow transplant, and they're worried that's what the bone broth is.
Jamie Kennedy's bone marrow is sponsoring the next episode.
Oh my God!
I've got some tips for Carlisle coming in.
Oh, let's hear those.
Let's read them out.
Hit us.
We've got To the Rescue, $5. I love heading south to Carlisle, PA for car shows. Now I have another Carlisle to head south for. Awesome set. All right.
Nice.
By the way, was that she lives in Southern California or she's from Mississippi, or was that like a gross sex joke?
I think it was an HR violation.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Heather Scott tipped $10 and said, relatable. Thank you for the laughs.
Nice.
Carrie Ratliff tipped $20 and said, thank you. So funny. As a bartender, I love it, but I hate it. And I also miss it. The feeling is so relatable. People are fantastic and completely awful.
Yep.
And then
all the best and worst of humanity.
It's true. Taya Knight, $5. Carlisle, I hated when we had customers who walked in before we closed the lobby. I hope your job is better than mine at McHell. Thank you for the comedy.
Nice. That's probably a euphemism for where she works, which, like Arby's or whatever.
Why don't restaurants just make a rule? Why don't they just say new customers or new people till 7 and
because
open till 8?
The owner wants you to get that person. Even if they walk in at 5 till, he's like, nope, I want to take their money. So everybody has to stay.
Got it.
Capitalism, what a pain in the ass.
The restaurants. I mean, that's true. I only have 1% of my hair left, but the restaurants, like there are restaurants, like the ones that are operated by their owners. Like those are the ones where you walk in and they're like, kitchen's closed. And you're like, but it says you close in 40 minutes. And they're like, yep, no more food. And so like that they'll do. But the ones where like it's a chain or something like that, the owners don't give a fuck. Like they don't care about their staff's sex life except for the ones that they're banging. And they can do that after.
True.
Also, if you stop at 10 minutes before it closed, then that would be when it closed. You have to do 10 minutes before that, and then 10 minutes before that, and eventually you just don't open at all. Like there's a point where
I used to go to this comedy club in Indianapolis where you could have bought anything by just offering money. I would have been like, hey, guy, can I buy one of the stools at this place? And he would have been like, sure, take it. We're selling everything.
again.
Don't remember the name.
Yes, we did. Yeah,
I also
Rachel
want
is-
to clarify that Steve does only have 1% of his hair left, but it's definitely not the top 1%.
No, it is not the top 1%. By the way, I just want to point out that we have been missing Rachel slowly cannibalizing herself throughout this episode. On screen for a second, because holy shit, we're getting much less. All right. We also have some other tips coming in. So we've got okay, we've got, let's see, we've got that's a question for Connor. We'll get to that in a second. Elena Wee threw in $5 for Carlisle and says, we're making one of the hardest but lowest paying jobs sound funny. I know what it's like, and you can only laugh about it. We've got a couple game entries. We've got Daniel Graves threw in $5. Says the queen was attacked, and says, why was a tortilla, or why is it a tortilla? Yeah, why did you settle on a tortilla, by the way?
Because it was easy to draw on.
She looked at all her foods and we're like, what's the most thing I can, that's the flattest surface we can draw on. And
She's nothing if not practical.
It
Also,
has gotten very desperate over at Queen Rachel's house. The food has run out. Quarantine life is difficult. She's eating herself. Please reach deep.
Yeah.
For her to get by.
We also have Dave Adler threw in $5 on the Venmos. His question for Connor. I live less than an hour from the Glen. Any tip when I drive it during laps for advanced driving school?
Great track. Love Watkins Glen. Middle of nowhere, New York. I mean, that track has a lot more grip than you expect. The new surface is really grippy. It's really fast. Use the banking. Don't hit the walls.
Totally.
Good tip, Connor. Don't hit the walls. I like that.
That's key. That's number one.
That's
Connor, I have a question.
My same advice for sex. Just try not to hit the wall. Just fucking right in the middle. Just go in there. Nothing.
That's frightening, Bowers. Thank you for that. Connor, as regular people who aren't professional race car drivers, it seems super scary. Are you ever scared? You're going at insane speeds, not just by yourself. That would be scary enough for me to drive that fast just by myself on track. With so many other cars surrounding you, does ever a moment of fear, even for a moment, enter your head during a race? Be like, oh shit, those guys are close. What the fuck am I about to, like, is that ever part of the equation?
Honestly, no, you can't have it. It's something that, if you think just for a millisecond about what could happen, you won't be able to perform at, the maximum level that you should be. So I think
that
honestly,
is more analogous to Bowers' sex. Sorry to cut you off. Please continue, Connor.
Right. No, I mean, it's one of those things that, we start at a really young age. I started when I was 10 and I'm 28 now. So it's, you start very early, realizing that
you're talking about racing, not sex at this point, right? You're not talking about sex?
Yes. Still racing. Yep.
Yeah, that only happens once they get sponsorship.
You start at 10. What does that even mean? You were racing cars at 10?
Yeah. So we, it was little go-karts, you get in, but you also start to realize very early, like the penalty for mistakes. Like if you hit something, or if you hit someone else, or if like another cart or something, you realize that like, hey, that's not great. And then when you get into cars, I got into cars when I was 15. I didn't have a license yet on the road, but I was racing competitively, in the first stage of cars. It's like any other sport, really. If you're going to play in the NBA, you better play in high school, college, and then go to the pros. It's sort of the same with racing. So yeah, you start to develop, early on, the fact that you're going to do something crazy once you make it to the top, and you're going to go faster than most other humans on the planet. And you just have to get used to it, because if you're definitely thinking, I mean, we all know that what we're doing is very dangerous. We all know the potential for whatever could happen. But like, I like that. I'm an idiot. I love danger. I don't have any care about my personal safety whatsoever. And I'm totally fine with that.
Have you almost died?
I love the adrenaline.
Have you almost died before?
Connor, what's
have I ever what?
Almost died? You ever almost died? That's Carlos' question.
No, but I have hit the wall very hard. I've never broken a bone, to be honest. I don't know if that means I haven't hit the wall hard enough, but
put in 100%, dude. What's wrong with you?
But we usually if you're taking off in the space shuttle, right? There's potentially 6 to 8 G's on your body. But when I've hit the wall, the hardest impact I've had is 80 G's. So the body can withstand a lot, apparently. I don't know.
By the way,
let me just say, I've seen a couple of porn films where there's 80 G's on people's bodies. And usually, it's an intense experience. So I understand what you're saying.
By the way, Ben, while I believe that was a good bit, say for me and holy fuck.
Wow, that's funny. Conor, what's the fastest you ever gone in a regular car? Like on the road?
That's a great question. I don't maybe 186 miles an hour. I don't know, something like that.
Maybe something very specific, like 186 miles an hour. I don't know, give or take 96.
Also, Conor, what is, as a professional driver, what is the advice you could give to casual, regular drivers on the road? Because I'm sure that the same way that a comic can look at some shitty street joke and just be like, ugh, you gotta, here's what you do to actually be funny at work, that kind of thing. Can you look at someone driving on the road and be like, why the fuck are you doing what you're doing?
Yes, 2 things immediately. Lane usage. Get out of the left lane if you're not going faster than everyone. And then second thing, I think everyone agrees on that. Honestly,
California, no one's ever heard of that here. No, literally, that's the one thing in California. Everyone just with no idea that's where they're not in the right spot.
I thought the left lane was just if you were going west.
Exactly. Someone's behind you, you're fucking up. That's all my point.
Bowers, that's just called traffic, man.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be traffic if they just fucking moved up. Anyway.
If everyone got out of Bowers' left lane, he would be able to drive where he needs to go.
Yeah.
And LA
all right,
wouldn't.
I want to hear the other one. Guys. What's the other one?
So this one, honestly, I think is actually real advice. And I learned it when I started racing is you go where your eyes go. So if you're looking at something that you might hit, you're probably going to hit it because your eyes will take you there. And it's the same in traffic. If you're looking right in front of your car, you might not be able to see that there's an accident happening literally 100 feet in front of you and people just end up hitting each other. So it's all about, I think, try to keep your eyes up instead of down.
All right. Good. Nice. Wonderful advice.
Nice point.
Is it hard for you not to floor it off of red lights when that light turns green when you're driving as a civilian?
I leave every light like Vin Diesel would. So
stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, Conor.
I would just for the producers of Fast and Furious, I would just like to say if you need maybe a redheaded brother for Vin Diesel in one of those movies.
If Vin Diesel gets cancer and there's a flashback where he's going through chemo.
Oh my God. Conor leaves every light like Vin Diesel would, and now Steve Hofstetter looks like Vin Diesel's would.
and by the way, I'm pretty sure Ben has seen Vin Diesel's dick somehow. I'm thinking that's really a Hollywood story that we should hear. Is that?
Thank you so much. I'm going to be writing a book soon entitled "Parenting Tips for Somebody Without Parents: How to Lose Weight on Ice Cream," and want to see pics of Vin Diesel's cock.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna go to some of the Venmos. Elena, we threw in another $5. Says for Queen Rachel for not being able to keep her hands off that tortilla. You go, girl. Finally, I'm not the only one hungry that I know of. And what else do we have? What else do we have coming in on the super chat? Oh, and also we have Miguel Trevino threw in another $3. And then made a private cowboy joke that I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's too gross for only $3. I think. But it is a private cowboy joke. If we get the reference, you can figure in the you could fill in the rest of the quote.
As a reminder to anybody who tuned in late, our game today is Quarantine a Car. So you can enter for free or for $5 or more in the super chat a quarantine style of a car, and the hashtag on Twitter will be hashtag quarantine car and hashtag SDSC game.
Yeah. Also, I mistakenly thought the game was try to look like an eraser, and I threw in $5 and I did this, and it's my fault. Completely my fault. All right, let's do another set.
Let's do it. All right. So our next comic come to the stage is actually one of, I say this every time because these are my friends. There's another one of my very great friends. He has been in LA. He's been in Atlanta. He's from Seattle originally, Whidbey Island. You've seen him on Access TV. But he's now starting his own morning radio show on 99.5 The Wolf in Dallas. Give it up for Brian Moote, everybody. Brian Moote.
Hold on. You just called it 99.5, which I love more than anything. And we are crushing my dog's world right now. He really is into this show. 99.5 The Wolf is what I'm going to start calling it now every single time I start a radio show. All right. I'm following Donald Trump on Twitter now, and it's for safety because I think that he tweets what he's thinking and what's going to happen next, right? Like you're always safe. You know what's going to come your way if you follow Donald Trump on Twitter. Like your friend's like, oh my God, dude, we're going to war with China now. When did that happen? And you're like, I don't know. You don't follow Trump on Twitter. You didn't see his tweet just a minute ago directly at the country of China. Like he just added China. It was pretty gangster. He was just like at China, rocket emoji, rocket emoji, rocket emoji, emoji, rocket flames, rocket emoji, emoji, white fist, American flag, hashtag Alec Baldwin, you're next. You missed that tweet. That's a bummer. Hell of a bummer. I've been working on my bunker for like a week and a half now. I already got all the toilet papers. I don't have a problem with him necessarily. I have a problem with everybody who's been who's run for president because they're all in their 70s, and people are like, "Yeah, Brian, that's ageist," and I'm like, "Yes, you're right, correct, 100% ageist. Yep, that's exactly what it is." And look, I just want someone who's going to be president who's still like, look, they put in their 2 weeks notice on life in their 70s. I want someone who has to stick around for a while. Like I want someone who's going to have to be here for the repercussions. Like what Joe Biden is running. Joe Biden one day just during a debate had a bloody eyeball. His eyeball was just all bloody inside, like in his eye. In his eye. And I was super concerned. So I'm like, he's got a bloody eye. He looks like a Terminator right now. That is a bloody eyeball. And when people brought it up to his camp, they're like, yeah, just happens to old Joe. He just gets bloody eyeballs every once in a while. Can't be healthy. Someone look into bloody eyeball Joe. That's not good. Not a doctor. We got a lot of health things going on, but I'm saying bloody eye for no reason is just kind of an issue that I would probably look into with my primary care physician. I'm living with my girlfriend in a 580 square foot apartment in Dallas currently. And I'm noticing that it's all about the subtle things in communication. That's how a relationship works. Like, for example, guys, I picked up on this very subtle piece of physical communication, subtle communication right now. When she rolls over and sticks her mouth guard in at night, I'm not getting laid. That's one I've learned. At least so she thinks. I'd be like, yeah, turn it around, put that mouth guard in. We don't know how crazy it's going to get. Inner junior varsity football coach. That's what I'm talking about. You can't play tonight, girl. And I've realized I lose every single argument to her, and it's because she's just smarter than me. Like I lose arguments that I don't even know how to get out of them. She just checkmates me, and it's so frustrating. Like, for example, she'll do something. She'll tell me not to do stuff that I haven't even done wrong yet, which is mind-blowing. Because one, she's probably correct. I was going to screw it up generally. But two, I don't even know how to win that if I wanted to. Like, for example, the other day we were driving and she goes, hey, don't hit that person in the crosswalk. puts me in a real pickle, guys. On one hand, I don't want her to be right. On the other hand, I can't even like kill the person and she's still right. You know what I'm saying? Like someone's got to die for this. That wheel, Connor knows the feeling. You just got to grip that wheel and just be like, it's a green light, bitch. You're in the crosswalk. Ah! Someone had to be a martyr right now. She can't win every argument. Something. She still won. Anyways, whatever. Okay. Here we go. This is the last joke. So, get ready for whatever standing ovations you do. And I'm talking to my dogs in my apartment right now. It's really odd being heckled by sleeping dogs. I know they can't hear how bad I'm killing it right now, but I mean, it's just really disrespectful. It's like it doesn't even care about my feelings, right? And neither does that one. Oh my God. The other one just laying in here. Oh, let me go ruin Brian's dreams. Not that it's bad enough right now. A prop comic. I bring them on the road with me too. It's great. They just sleep on the stage. It's fantastic. All right. So my girlfriend has exercise-induced asthma, which is funny. So if you want to laugh, go ahead because it is hilarious. Because look, she has it for real. And some people just sounds like they just don't like exercise. They're like, oh, you have no idea how hard it is for me. It's like every time I want to exercise and work out, it's like I can't breathe, and it's like, oh, it's the worst. I'm like, that just sounds like you're out of shape. That's all of us. No one likes it. But I think we should make fun of that thing because she's insecure about it. We should make fun of all the things we're insecure about. So, for example, the other night we were engaged in a little bit of adult physical activities, getting some action, and in the middle of sex, she gets a little wheezy. She's wheezy in the middle of it. Which, by the way, I call her Lil Wheezy. That's my pet name for her. Weezy, baby, what's up, Weezy? And she's so pissed when it happens, but she's in a fight for her life generally at that point. So it's way out how mad she is. You know what I mean? Is it inhaler time or is she coming after me? Because she's not going to make it far. She's going to have to go back to it. So I know I got at least a good 6 or 7 foot head start. I never do that joke unless I'm planning on a getaway. In the middle of sex, she gets a little wheezy. She reaches for an inhaler, and I can see on her face, it's like the words, like she's about to cry. Like she feels terrible, and she looks at me, and she's like, this is the least sexy thing I've ever done in my entire life. Feels really unsexy at that point in time. And because I care about her and her self-esteem and her feelings, I was like, not sexy? Yeah, right. Do you know how hot it is as a man to know that I am killing you with sex right now? Do you understand where my head is at? Like, as a dude, I'm so good at sex, medical intervention had to happen to save your life. Not sexy. I want defibrillators in the room, so every time you have an orgasm, I got to be like, clear. Life, she's like, what happened? Heavens to Betsy. I'm like, you had an orgasm and died, but that was my fault. I should have taken my foot off the gas pedal. Connor knows what I'm talking about. No prisoners. All right, that's it for me. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. You guys are all wonderful, lovely people.
Everybody.
Of course, the tip jar is open. I know some tips have already been coming in, but throw in your tips. Venmo, top right of the screen, PayPal, laughfromhome.com, or of course you can super chat if you'd like to in the YouTube. Emily Carpenter threw in $6, says 600 points for the pedestrian. Nicely done.
Quickly, if I can jump in, Steve. Steve, I just wish you wouldn't use the term "throw in your tips." I don't think you need to phrase it that way necessarily.
Yeah, I understand that.
You know what I mean?
I understand why
You
you're
don't
interrupting.
need to say
yeah.
it like that.
Also, if somebody could play some Sarah McLachlan right now and just stare at my golden doodle, that'll get the tips on right now. Comes of an angel away from here.
Yeah, it's actually really sad. It turns out if Brian doesn't get $75 in tips, he's putting his dog down. So
That's
if you guys
See, the wig out of him for Steve.
it's a bit extreme. Yeah. His brother is what was made into Ben's wig. Ben, why do you own that? You know what? I don't want to know. I'm going to keep reading the tips. So Ellen Shaw threw in $5 and said, for bloody eyeballs and mouth guard humor. Nicely done. And she also threw in another $5 and says, had to work late and miss an hour, but this is for Carlisle. So nicely done. Much appreciated. And Dave Adler threw in $5 and says, for Brian Moote, glad you're back on the air. So
thanks,
that's
Dave.
That's awesome. Yeah. Do we have anything coming in on the YouTube?
Yep, we do. We have Heather Scott tipped $10 and said, I'm going to use or steal the 2 weeks notice on my life bit. Hilarious.
Nice.
We have Anna Crimmins, 200 stars on Facebook. Jeremy H, $5 for Brian Lil Weezy. We had
Why am I the only one of us who doesn't own a wig?
Get more experimental in the bedroom, Steve.
I have a Wendy's fetish, so that's what's going on here.
Bowers fashioned that wig out of the hair I just cut off.
I want your Frosty.
Oh my God. Well, Savannah Martin throws in another $10.06 for Brian. Thank you much. Love the random amounts. It's a ton of fun. What else we got, Rach?
We've got Jessica Kibble, $25 tip for Brian, and said, I think you're going to be sleeping with your dog tonight if she was listening.
She's in the living room, which is this is a studio apartment, so it's 8 feet from me. It's great.
Yeah.
And then we have quite a few generals. We've got Razor, $5. He said, I friended Bowers on Twitter last night, and he friended me back. Now there's a van across the street that says free hand sanitizer. Coincidence?
If you follow me on Twitter, I will send you hand sanitizer to your house in a van.
That is the weirdest plug.
We've got a TCB, $5. Are we making a powder reboot?
Yeah, it's Powder 2 Electric Boogaloo, but low current, please. I'll burn.
Brett Steinbrook, $5. Steve looks like he's applying to be a treasurer of his local Jewish skinhead self-help group.
That was the most specific and convoluted.
That sounded like a Mad Lib, didn't it?
Can I just quickly say, please, I did not appreciate and said I might tweet at Gina. I might tweet at Gina. I might go at Gina. Bombs incoming. That's up to me. I have supreme power. Okay. I have complete supreme power. Okay.
Hey, there it is. What's up, dog?
I'm tired of getting shit on in the comments. I'm using a cute dog.
Dog.
I've got more.
Steve's brand new dog.
Steve, right before
Pretty exciting.
Famous. Yeah, dog.
Yes, indeed. This is the debut of Milton. So. This is Milton Berle, everybody.
What's up, Milton? What's up, buddy?
Hello, everybody.
I hope you like hotel rooms, brother.
Hotels are going to be out of business, Bowers. You know that.
Not exactly sure, but it sounds to me like Bowers is trying to sleep with your dog. Be taking you around on a tour of local hotels.
When you saw that wig, you got to know he's creepy in the bedroom.
That's right.
Ben, how many wigs do you own?
I don't know what you mean by that. See how to answer that question. Be a little more direct with that question, possibly, or
my God!
Oh yes.
I've got more super chats.
Let's hear them.
Yeah, sure, Joan Jett. What else do we have?
We've got Aminsala, $2. Steve needs the Heisenberg hat and shades.
Absolutely.
We've got Mario Miser, $5 for Ben to rent Minority Report so he can finish his jokes.
Oh shit. I would just like to say, I know I look like a skinhead. I'm not doing any jokes about minorities, report or otherwise. So I just want to make that clear.
Jessica Kibble, $5. I just started watching. At first glance, I thought there was an egg on the screen. Hilarious.
There is.
Overkill, $5. Steve, your backgrounds are starting to wig me out. Maybe switch from the cellar to the attic behind you.
Oh, yeah, understandable. We'll get an attic one.
Okay. That lane boy, £2. A little money's towards Steve's medical bills.
I'm gonna do a walkathon around my apartment. So we're gonna 25 cents a mile, and we're gonna raise money for Steve. So
we knew that was a joke the second Bauer said, "I'm gonna do a walk," and whatever was after that, we knew wasn't true.
I hurt myself trying to grab the microphone to make a Bowers walking joke.
Well, I just think people are going to be very excited to raise a grand total of 12 cents.
Is that a little orphan Annie? Is that what you're doing? The sun will come out.
If it does, it'll burn me. So what else do we have? Yeah, by the way, why the fuck was a redhead singing about the sun? I never thought about that before. That's not a positive song coming from Annie.
When the day is gray, it won't hurt you.
Yeah.
But I look at the sun and I burst into flames.
If that song was real, it'd be "The sky will be overcast tomorrow."
What's your sunburn?
Do I need to buy a wig? I feel weird not owning one. Is that weird?
That would be great if you could.
No.
If you could buy one.
I don't have one either, Connor. It's us redheads. We don't need wigs. Hold on, I went to my attic. I hope this is all right.
Do you or do you not? Someone thinks the opposite.
Yeah.
There's two ways to look at that, really.
I'm just really happy that look, I'm not going to pretend this looks good, but I'm very happy to not to find out I don't have like a crazy shaped head. Like I was terrified of that when I was shaving, that it wouldn't be, I'm glad it looks like an egg, because I'm glad it doesn't look like a bumpy egg. That would be
today when you said on the show you were going to give us head, I didn't know what you were talking about. This is way better than what I was worried about.
Bowers, I did not say that. You made the hot dog say that to yourself.
That's
well, if you don't think I fucked that hot dog,
to the
you
part
have
of
no
the show.
What was that,
Never
Ben?
mind. Nothing.
Did
It's
you
too
make
late
that
now.
joke?
It's too late now.
No,
it's
All right.
totally fine.
Can we just read the
care.
chats, do the contest, and let me get the fuck out of here? Is that possible?
Nathaniel Crawford, $5. Plot twist: Steve's Fast and Furious character is actually a past Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, I'm the first part of the Dwayne Johnson workout montage. That's what happens.
We have Elizabeth Peter donating $5 to the show. We've got Robert Edwards, $10. Killing you with sax and 90.95 the woof.
Nice. That's for Brian.
Nice.
Brian's
Cool.
Brian's,
They listen to me on the
there we go.
radio.
I'll add
That's
that to Brian.
great. 99 and a half the wolf. Sorry, guys. It's 99 and a half.
Yeah, we got
You're not
confused
calling-
because it was said in like a normal human way instead of like the weird alien way that Bauer said. My favorite radio is 99 and a half.
Is that what you call it, Brian? What do you call it? It's called
99.5.
Or
Okay,
99.5. Just
It's called 99.
Bowers, hold on.
It's not,
Bowers, how many times have you been on radio, gone to radio stations? Have you ever heard them use like a fraction when they're
Yeah, I'm
giving
saying-
this?
I'm
Oh,
saying-
you know, my favorite
in
station is
Indianapolis,
actually 99 and 7/10. I like that one a lot. I also like 99 and 60%. That's a great station.
I'm saying the station in Indianapolis that's 99.5 is called WZPL 99 and a half. That's what they say my whole life. I didn't know it was called anything other than that. I apologize for making a fraction and confusing people in Dallas.
They're never going to find me now because of you,
Rachel,
Bowers.
Rachel's almost completely eaten.
I go away at 6:30. That's when I become nothing.
All right, let's keep
Can
going.
I just quickly say I don't appreciate how
Oh my God.
Bull is just being eaten away during this broadcast, and everybody's being really mean to Steve also.
Now we know it's not Ben. So,
Somebody
and
said-
we just had Carrie in the chat just said it's Emo Phillips. Can we get through the chats, please?
All right, let's do it.
I have 3 more. So Nathaniel Crawford, $5. Rachel wins the wig competition. Paul, $5. Here's to Ben Trump. And then TCB, $3. Bowers looks like Wendy and Dave Grohl's love child.
Savannah Martin throws in $5.32 and says, "Stop coming for Bowers." Which, by the way, I read that wrong. She threw in $5 and 3.2 tenths. Also have Gerald Roper. Oh wait, no, that's a contest entry. We have Ronald Gould threw in $2. Says tonight's T-shirt is Bowers in that wig, posed like Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs. We have Todd
Would you
Stimson
fuck me?
threw in $20. What'd you say?
Would you fuck me? Because I'd fuck me.
It puts the Coors Light in the mouth.
Just chime in real quick and say
It puts
that,
the Coors Light in the mouth.
let me just say I'd fuck you. I'm happy to be having to fuck you. You know what I mean? I don't know, you, as soon as quarantine's done, you look me up, Brian Moote, okay?
I'd put the suntan lotion in the basket. All right. We've also got Todd Stimson threw in $20. Says for the live sets tonight. Thanks. And also love seeing Connor here and on iRacing. So that's a fan of Connor's. Awesome. We got Megan Smith threw in $7.57 and just put 3 egg emojis. So I guess that's the other 3/4 of it. So much appreciated. And Rachel, do we have anything else or can we go to the game?
Let's do the game.
All right, let's do the game. We got a bunch of entries. Before we do those, does anyone in the chat? I know To the Rescue has his hand up. Before we do the game, we have some chats here. So what do we got, Rach? You want to do the live the video stuff here?
Yeah. So to the rescue, do you want to do yours?
Yep. So
Question.
I sent something to Steve in case this doesn't show pretty well, but with a food theme, and I could have asked it the other day, but I forgot. Do you ever go to the store and find stuff that kind of reminds you of something else and try to figure out if you should eat it or not?
I think you're getting it that looks like a vagina.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Pretty
Just
much.
making sure. Also, whoever you're dating or married to, if she could just go to the doctor, I think she might have a yeast infection. Okay,
Yeah.
that was horrible. Is it spread? Okay, that was
Get
horrible.
it? Yes.
All right. What else
I
we
don't know
got?
what those are, but I've heard terrible things. Let me just.
It's
You
These are
had
dry
so many
tears.
wigs.
what? I don't want to know. The episode that we all wore hats, people were like, why do you have so many hats? It's like, well, over the years you get different hats for different reasons. And sometimes people wear hats. And that made a lot more sense. Holy
Honestly,
fuck, it's
don't
not
know
ending.
what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Follow your line of questioning at all.
I can't imagine. I don't know if you have like 15 wigs or you just keep spinning the 3 around a different direction. I can't tell.
I'm sorry that you don't know. That's on you. Paul wig. I'm Rand Paul. I vote against everything that makes sense. Huh? I have coronavirus. Let's go swimming. Shall we swim? Huh?
All right, fuck you.
Oh, this dog's having a good first day in his new house. Jesus Christ.
He is very confused, but I win. Okay. What else we got? I gotta walk Milton. What else we got?
All right. I think Tony, you had a live question, right?
Not a question. Mine was part of the contest. The
Okay,
Rogue
go for
nasal swab.
What is it?
Rogue nasal swab.
What is the? I'm missing what the car is.
The car's a Rogue.
Nissan Rogue. ROGUE.
I do not get it at all, and I apologize.
I don't get it either.
Colloquialism.
I don't get it either.
Like
I like it. Hi, this is Janet from Three's Company. I like it.
The good news is that if Ben ever does a music video, he won't need any extras.
Right.
All right. What else we got for the contest?
Okay, so Christy, do you want to do yours real quick?
Yeah. Okay. So, new in 2020, we have the Chevy Corvette off inside. The Chevy Blazer. I hardly infected her. And this one's a two-parter. We have the Ow, D's nuts hurt from masturbating so much, or ate too many snacks.
That is even
We got a
Ben
D's
was
nut
like, I have
jokes out of
no
it,
idea
too.
what that is.
An Audi R8. Yeah, it's like
No,
it's
no,
like
we
a
get
nice-
the. All right,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
Okay, those were mine.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so some of the unpaid entries. We've got Razor with Audi $5,000 for hand sanitizer.
Nice.
We've got Dizzy by Nature says Jeep Cherokee keep your distance.
Nice.
And then the last unpaid one that I'll go to is Jen Winkleplex says Mini cooped up at home.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like it.
All solid. All right, so
All right.
Mountain Stew. You wanna...
So here's the contest. Comics and Connor. You guys are helping judge, so keep an eye out for your favorites.
Can I throw mine out? I had one.
Oh, Carlisle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So in
Carlisle Forrester, everybody.
in high school, I drove in a Zuzu Trooper. Are you guys familiar?
Yes,
So
yes.
now we have the Chuzu Crooper. The Crooper.
I like it.
I'll be here indefinitely.
By the way, Connor just wrote in the chat that he liked the Audi R8 one. So my apologies. My apologies for making fun of it. I defer to our guest.
I also knew what the Nissan Rogue was, so don't worry.
No, I mean I know what a Rogue is. I just didn't understand why that was how that was the pun. That's what I was missing. I didn't get the connection.
Fair point.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the game. I got a bunch of entries also.
Okay, Mountain Stew for Gleib, and he said he's not officially entering this one. Honda, according to Ben's logic for these answers, this one will win.
Oh my God.
Then we have
I'm just
Robert
trying to
Edwards.
entertain people, and
Oh
it
my
hurts
God.
when you come at me like that. It hurts. Mercedes-Benz lonely here at home, and I'm just trying to do a good.
And that was absolutely your best one. I also have one coming from Cheryl Roper, who says this one is Gleibish, which, by the way, Gleibish is a new great word. Ford Mustang 6 feet away. Awesome. We also have we also got a couple more over here. We've got Ronald Gould with Ford F-150 over 90. Oh shit, that's a blood pressure joke. We've got the Ferrari. We've got Randall Longmire with $5, the Ferrari Testosterone. Nice. And what else we got? Oh, and we also have Emma Palmer with the seat. I don't know if I get this. The seat coronavirus or the seat coronavirus. I don't know what the car is.
The Sierra.
Yes, that's
Probably not going to win.
Yeah.
Not gonna win anytime. Fucking
That's the first time that Ben hasn't had an entry better than a contestant. That's the first time.
Wait, what?
What is that even? Is that a glove? What
is that a merkin?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. What is it you're asking?
All right, what else we got?
Sorry.
We have Jeremy Day gave $5. So Jen's contrast entry, the mini cooped up at home, is valid now. So that's
nice.
in there. We've got Robert Edwards, Mazda 6 feet away, please.
Nice.
We've got Nathaniel Crawford and Jeremy Day gave $5 on behalf of Razvan Mindrew's entry. Ford must stay at home.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm sorry, Ford must stay home. Let me just say it exactly. Jeremy Day, Ford, I gotta escape from here.
Nice.
I like that one.
Scuba Hannah, Mask Arrayed. I don't
Okay.
Probably not going to win.
Yeah.
Richard Earl Deary, Chevy Suburuna Virus. Chevy Suburban Virus.
You almost got the whole almost the whole show, Rachel. I was about to do a plaque.
You know what? That wasn't that. That doesn't.
That's
count.
I know. That wasn't.
But also, that wasn't your fault. Why that one didn't work.
Thank you. Him every show. Kara the Lioness, Hyundai going outside Sonata, good idea.
Sonata, good idea.
That's great.
We also changed that to Chevy Suburban from Leaving Your House.
We've got Nathaniel Crawford, the Ford Sneeze Lessa.
I don't even know what some of these cars are.
I don't know what some of them are either.
Impreza? Is that supposed to be the Impreza?
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, I was not impressed by it.
This probably was not an entry and just one I missed. Ashley Borden, To Make Me Forget. Yeah, Carb Day 2006. That was a misplacement by me.
Nice.
I wonder.
Scott.
I just honestly wonder if Ashley bored in her home by herself this whole time. That's my question, honestly. I don't know. I'm sorry to interrupt the game. Go ahead, Queen.
What do you have into your house?
Sorry.
Where is this shit?
Understand the question.
Like, I've been here. Do you just have one of the closets just filled with that stuff? Like,
no, Ben lives in the Hollywood Wax Museum. That's where he lives. His house is. He just wanders through and grabs fucking shit from people.
Also,
that's right.
I don't think any of us understood the question, Steve.
yeah, we've had a couple of good entries. All right, what else we got, Rich?
We've got a lot of late ones coming in, so I'm trying to keep up. So we've got, where do we leave? Okay, Heather Scott, Dodge Viper off with some Purell.
Viper
Nice. Viper off.
We have Mountain Stew 2020 Lamborghini Ventilator S, which is, I guess the car was a Aventator.
Oh, the Aventator.
Aventator.
Yeah.
All right.
So ventilator, that works. That works. It took a second because it's too fancy for, the paupers to understand. But, I'm up here in my fancy place that I have to quickly fuck, that's the wrong one. That's my place. Fuck. No, sorry, my fancy place. This is my fancy place. I'm in my fancy place here with the built-in powers.
All right.
Steve, just try to be professional. If you're going to do funny backdrops, try to make them the correct one if possible. It's just not professional for you to just randomly pull images up behind yourself.
Well, my apologies, Ben. I will never fuck it up again. I'm sorry. I feel like a clown, honestly. I feel like a clown.
Be very careful. You should.
Yeah.
You should.
All right, let's do the rest of the contest. I'll go back to my attic.
Just a couple more. Richard Ilgiri, Ford Pinto Coronavirus.
Is there a Pinto Corona?
No, I think you just put a car with the virus. That's a good one. Just
yeah.
Or Windstar, don't go outside.
Really got to dig deep in this contest.
Why not the Dodge Caravirus or something? Like there's something in there.
We've got Jessica. The media can get Bentley. We need Acura information.
Oh, I like that one.
Don't get political, you dork.
Brian, these
Sorry.
are our supporters.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Brian just
They're coming.
talking shit to regular people trying to help us. Hey, you're
Brian's
so
used to
like,
people
"Fuck
on the
you,
radio."
You're not funny, dick.
Brian's used to doing a radio show where it doesn't matter who listens.
I better just hang up on them. I don't know why. Can you guys not do that?
Hey, Brian, here, you're a radio guy. Here, I'll make you feel better. You feel better now? You feel like
I feel better if you say 99 and a half again.
I do 9.5. Tuesdays, Brian Moote.
All right, let's do this.
Tuesday.
3 more. Jeremy H. Cadillac escalated distance.
Nice.
Greg Smith. You go home and stay.
Oh, I like that
I
one.
like that one.
And last one I have is Richard O'Deary again. Honda passport can't use due to travel ban and Honda pilot grounded.
Those are good. Ben is jealous. Okay. What else? So okay, now we pick our favorites. So comedians, vote on your favorite. Do you have a winner? Do you have one you liked? I know Brian hated all of them.
Come on,
Jeep,
Steve.
Jeep Grand Cherokee, keep your distance.
That one was
Nice.
unpaid though.
Oh, dang it.
What about
See?
Hyundai? What about Hyundai going outside's not a good idea?
Yes, that one. That
All
one.
right.
Sonata, good idea. That was good.
All right, two votes for the Sonata. Connor, our car expert here. What do you got?
I was gonna go with the Audi R8 one, but the Sonata that was incredible. I really did like that one.
Nice. Excellent. Oh, we have a late comer, by the way. Ellen Shaw just threw in $5 and said AMC gremlin infection. All right, so Sonata's got 3 votes already. All right, Bowers, what's your vote?
I was gonna go. I like the Sonata one, but it's already got 3 votes, so I'm gonna go with the Honda. According to Ben, this one should win. I do like that one, whether it's paid or not. But I like that one.
Nice. Ben, what about you?
I do like the Honda. According to Ben, this one should win, but my vote goes to Infinity Q. Stay away from me, please. And I am aware
Excellent.
that was my entry, but really liked it. So it's gonna make me vote for one of the actual entries. Then I definitely also go Hyundai Sonata. Good idea to go outside. Very good play on words. I like it a lot.
Oh my God, Tony in the front row just submitted a bilingual one. The Chevy Nova outside. Nova outside. Holy shit. Nicely done. By the way, it could just be it's you do radio in Texas. You're gonna have to need to learn Spanish.
Bueno.
You could do a different one with the Infinity Q. You could do the Infinity Q ball. That might work. My vote was for the Ben's Logic one, but it looks like the Sonata wins. So the Sonata wins. The person who submitted the Sonata good idea to go outside, it was a good idea to submit that. You get all of our albums as well as 3 of Ben's wigs. You could pick which ones. Talk to him about that being part of the prize. I'm just assuming he's got extra. I think he has doubles of each one of those. So
Totally. No. Yeah, I totally do. Wait, whoops.
Yeah. Not the first time I've been flipped off by an actual ape. That is I get heckled so much it's happened. Also you get your prize to be part of the front row, and the way you do that is you go to our website laughfromhome.com, shoot us an email, and we'll match you up to the winning entry, and we'll take care of the prize for you. We've also got a couple generals that have come in. Megan Smith threw in $9.99 for Brian and said the mouth guard joke was the best. And then we got a couple more here. John Goodman threw in $3 and said for Brian, save his dog fund. That's great. We're still about $20 short, so the dog's got to go. But we appreciate your trying. And then, Tyler Stevens throws in $10. Says another great show. Sorry, missed out on some of it. Steve, you pull off the bald look well. And then Megan Smith threw in $3.53, says one more Venmo. Your haircut is fantastic. So I would just like to thank the 2 viewers of our show with the best taste for in the Venmo. Thank you very much. Rachel, do we have anything coming in the super chat?
Yeah, just 3 more to catch up on. I've got Greg Smith gave $20 and said, I'm trying to keep the chats going until Hofstetter completes his Carl Reiner conversion.
Another couple of years.
And then,
You'll just have to guess which finger this is.
Paul, $5. Watch out, Ben. Steve just upped his wig game big time when you had the little cow.
What I had Milton on. Nice.
And then Jessica, $25. Miss F, nice brick wall. So that was another tip for Carlisle.
Thanks, girl.
Nice.
Excellent. Well, that is kind of that about does it. So we should probably plug stuff. So Carlisle, what you got? Tell the people where to find you.
So you can find us on SiriusXM Comedy Central Radio, channel 95. And SiriusXM is doing a free preview right now, which is very nice during quarantine. So everything's free. Stern, You Up with Nikki Glazer, the show I'm on. And it's really good. Check it out. Channel 95, Comedy Central Radio.
Excellent. Mr. Brian Moote.
Oh, so many tour dates. I don't even know where to list them all. You can get my radio show every day on Apple Podcasts. It's called Wake Up with the Wolf with Brian and Tara. Or they have an app if you like country radio, but I'm there for the jokes. But, it's fun. We have a good time. We have a good time in Texas.
Yeah, it's just if you guys can't find it, it is 99 2/4. So if you want to find it on the dial. Also, by the way, we got Ashley Borden in our front row threw in a contest entry, but only sent it to me. It says Volkswagen GTI got the virus. So. All right.
I don't know if she means Corona or just generally, but okay.
Yeah, Conor Daly, the easily the most handsome redhead on the panel here. What do you got for us? Tell the people where to find you.
Well, thanks guys, seriously, for having me. This is really cool to be able to do this and get some people to laugh. But yeah, our season is postponed like every other sport, but hopefully we get to go racing in June. The NTT IndyCar series, but follow me at Conor Daly 22 on everything, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I don't really use, but you can go there too. It's Conor Daly official page. So yeah, thanks again. It's been an honor to be a part of this panel of great human beings.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks, I think he gave the wrong speech. I think that was for a different show. But yeah, we'll take it. So thank you, Conor. Bowers?
Just at Bowers Comedy, all the stuff. I put out a video, a hot dog video yesterday on Twitter, at Bowers Comedy on Twitter, of a Christopher Titus joke done with hot dogs. Chrissy edited it together. It took me like 6-7 minutes to film it and took her 7.5 hours to edit it. So check that out, forward it, maybe retweet it, whatever. And then my album is out, bowersalbum.com, and it hasn't been number 1 in a couple of days. So if everybody buys like 5 copies, we can go number 1 again tomorrow. So let's do that.
Mr. Gleib.
Thank you so much, Stephen, and thank you, Christopher. Before I plug anything, I just wanted to do 2 last-minute entries of my own for the contest. I'd like to enter Chevrolet Camaro and Ford Thunderbird.
What?
Was the game just to say cars you like?
Yeah.
Also,
I don't understand why we didn't end the show 20 minutes ago.
Has 11 more wigs. We can't end the show until all Ben's wigs come out. He has 11 left. Let's fucking shotgun these wigs, Ben. Let's go. Fucking speed round. Wig. Let's do it.
I would just love to say that you can watch a video of me and Steve listening to a heartfelt story from Bowers and from my podcast Last Week on Earth, and then shitting on him for it on my Instagram and YouTube. If you want to see a different version of what this show is every day. And also just follow me at Ben Gleib on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, where you can see that kind of stuff. It's been really great. And I'll let Steve close the show from here. Just wanted to thank everybody for being part of our show, you know, and
Colloquialism.
Steve, did you just spit take? Was that a spit take, Steve?
No, that was I threw my hat. I threw my hat down. That is what I did. Not in the ring, just off. All right. As for me, check out nowherecomedyclub.com. I'm hosting a whole bunch of shows. We got Josh Wolf tomorrow night. We got Christian Finnegan on Friday. I'm doing an Ask Us Anything with Daniel Muggleton on Saturday night, as well as doing a showcase of a bunch of comedians that have shows coming up later. And some, you may or may not know yet, but they're awesome. And with that, we really appreciate you guys tuning in as always. So nice to meet so many of you in the Q&A during my show yesterday. And I found out that there's like a post-show Facebook hang where there's like a group of people who do like their own version of like a wrap-up show for us, which is awesome. So it's cool that we're building a community. However much I hated being a part of it today, I normally really enjoy it. To be honest, this one's on me. I didn't realize quite what a buzz cut would look like in real life. That's on me. I should have thought it through. Thought it was going to be a little more George Clooney and a little less light bulb. So my fault. That's my fault. Ben Gleib is off shaving his wig pubes now. He literally left. You guys are wonderful. Tune in tomorrow because it'll be a thing. Good night, everybody.